So on the left of the screen, Andrew Wiltse in the all black. In the black and white rash guard is Pedro Rocha. Let's see.
Right, here we go, 10 minutes. And yeah, just like we were thinking, Wiltse pulls straight to the open guard. I wonder if Wiltse's going to be super aggressive trying to get in on any attacks. We're just going to wait for Rocha to expend a little bit of his energy. So you know Rocha's going to be pretty explosive on top. They both look very relaxed, though. Very dialed in. Both have great days today. Great matches.
Yeah, this medium heavyweight division, it's that kind of sweet spot, isn't it, between sort of the athleticism and the movement of the lighter guys with the power and the strength of the heavyweights is right in the middle there. And these guys, they can be technical, they can be fluid, they can be explosive, they can be powerful. And
I think it's why they can oftentimes do so well in the open class, right?
Right, absolutely. Strong enough to go against the bigger guys, but also dynamic enough to take on the smaller guys.
I wonder if we'll see these guys compete in the open, because I think they would both be great players in this absolute we have here today.
That's a very, very interesting observation. Yeah, of course, just a reminder to our viewers that all the divisions will run to the completion before the absolute starts. We can expect that to happen later today, and I'd like to see either of these guys in that. I think that they could make it very interesting indeed.
I agree. Looks like they're not too rushed. They're just kind of filling each other out. It's weird with these long 10-minute matches. Because 10 minutes is a long time, right? And so a lot of times the first 2 minutes, if you haven't fought that person a lot before, it's kind of feeling them out, seeing where the holes are, taking the opportunities. But people get scared to go 100% crazy in the first couple minutes, because then if you're exhausted, you have to, keep up that lead or keep up the win for the last 5 minutes of the fight. So got to make sure the cardio is on point coming into these. Make sure you're doing a lot of 10-minute rounds or longer rounds in the gym, and that you feel very comfortable with that time, because for other competitions where we have shorter times, or maybe it's sub only, you don't have to worry about going the whole 10 minutes. You're confident you're going to get a submission, but here the strategy is a little bit different, especially with a bracket. So they're doing this 10-minute match, a couple times in a row by the end of it. But like we said earlier, we've seen in these Daisy Fresh documentaries, Wiltse has no lack of cardio, and I'm assuming for Rocha it's the same.
Oh, absolutely.
Very explosive,
very
tough.
well conditioned. Yeah.
So not going to be an issue here, I don't think. And again, with that medium heavy weight class, we find that a lot. These guys are at the level where they're strong, they're physical, they're big, but at the same time, they maintain the cardio and the speed and the quickness of someone who's a little bit lighter. So they are able to have the great balance there. Not too much yet, just a little bit of hand fighting, couple entries, but nothing really solid. I think they're still really filling each other out, and neither of them are taking too big a risk. So I think it's smart. When you have these physical, solid athletes like this, you take one risk and they're on your back, or they're on your head, or on your neck, or passing your guard, or you're getting swept, right? So important to time things correctly, and especially in the finals. But a lot of side-to-side movement, which I like to see from Rocha, because even if he's not getting to his passing positions, what he is doing is preventing Wiltse from setting up any of his attacks, right? Because Wiltse's job is to off-balance Rocha. And
that's what he's trying to do right there, looking for the dummy sweep, but
I like that.
Good awareness. But now trying to catch an ankle and draw him in. I think that Wiltse knows about Rocha's background.
Yes.
So I think that's why he's not rushing to wrestle up. He knows that Rocha is going to have, let's say, on paper, he's going to have an advantage. So he's taking his time.
He's going to have a little harder time to just snatch a single leg on the guy, right? He's not, I don't think Rocha's the guy you're going to snatch a single and just stand up easily. It's going to be a battle to take him down. So you better have a very solid entry.
So he's maybe going to have a better chance of using his jiu-jitsu to kind of trap up a leg, spin underneath, invert, come on underneath the hips, then try to go on the attack.
Yeah, I agree. And I think the great thing that Rocha is doing right now is, like we were saying, he's moving side to side, so he's not allowing Wiltse to enter to any of these solid guard positions. However, of course, the disadvantage here is that he's not engaging enough to actually solidify a pass. So it's a little bit bittersweet. But now we see, as soon as he was in those double butterfly hooks, he stood right back up and created more space. So he clearly, and there's the stalling penalty, or the inactivity penalty.
And I think that's fair. I think that's absolutely right. The top guy, it is the rule is the onus is on the top guy to engage. If he's constantly disengaging, not attempting to pass, then he absolutely should be penalized.
And this is different than like we were talking about earlier. closed guard. If the guard is closed, it sometimes looks like you're not being active. You really can't stand up and open the guard. But when the guard is open like this, the person on top is backing up and disengaging. Then it's, I think Wiltse's doing a good job trying to engage, scooting forward, being very aggressive. I don't think Rocha's doing anything wrong. He has a lot of respect for these guard positions. So he's trying to create space, get to an outside edge, and then try to pass from distance. But he's not been able to do that yet. So there's a little bit of passivity as a result. We're about halfway through the match, though. Actually, more than halfway, 4:30. And the only thing on the scoreboard is that penalty. So
Yeah.
I think if Rocha has a hope to win this fight, he's going to need to take some more risks, get him more engaged, and risk going into that guard of Wiltse if he wants to get a pass, because his distance passing is not working yet.
Yeah,
And
well,
we might
he's
see
not
that
going
here.
forward enough. That's the thing, going side to side, as you mentioned, but he's not going into the guard enough to complete, or even get close to completing the pass.
I think we're seeing a little more now. In the last 20 seconds, it's looking better. Had a little bit of a knee slide, but then Wiltse almost went underneath to get back out again. Only 4 minutes left. I think it would be smart if he started attacking his head. But Wiltse's doing a good job of keeping his hands out. So every time Rocha comes in and try to get at the head or the guillotine position, Wiltse starts to grab his wrists and control his hands, which is exactly what you want to do as the person on bottom. Yes, he's controlling both of his wrists here, and Rocha can't go to those guillotine attacks he's been working on all day. So that's got to be very frustrating. I actually like a lot of that passing myself. I like coming in with the guillotine, coming in from a distance, and then coming in attacking the head. But when someone's controlling your wrists, like the way Wiltse is doing right now, it makes it very difficult to actually attempt that. A little bit of a reverse de la Hiva, backs out again. Wiltse looks a little frustrated here.
Yeah,
But
I think
getting back
Wiltse's
to-
upset because he wants Rocha to come in and do jiu-jitsu with him. And right now, with around about 3 minutes left in this match, that Rocha has basically not done that. You know?
Yeah, it's tough because he's coming in. Wiltse starts to set up a guard, and then Rocha backs out again. Now here we say no. Now he's attached to that leg. He's not going to let that ankle go. You can tell he's pretty.
Now,
He's going to get an advantage there. I bet.
unfortunately, running out of bounds, but that is significant because that shows what Wiltse's game plan. Oh, nice defense of the takedown, and then pulling. That was smart. That was good work from Wiltse and
That
not
was-
conceding 2 points.
Very smart, because the rule for you guys watching is if the hand is on the leg and Wiltse pulls, then that's going to be 2. But because he stomped his leg back and then pulled, his leg was free just for a second, it's not going to be 2 points. So even though Rocha initiated, Wiltse defended, then pulled, Rocha kind of looked up to see if those 2 points were going to go. But I think he knew. We usually know if the leg was free.
No, it was very smart because Wiltse met the takedown, he pushed him back, and then he decided to pull guard. And yeah, definitely very smart. And even being able to defend that takedown was well timed,
Yes.
But I thought it was interesting the way that Wiltse caught that angle and then went for the berimbolo the spin, because that shows that that's what he's really been looking for, right? It's like that's his
Yes.
best bet is to catch the leg to invert, to try and come up, and then use that as an opportunity to either take the back or reverse. But yeah, in this position right here, with this long range, Wiltse's just sat there and the clock's just running down. So
Yep, got 1:45 here. I think we're going to see a little more happening here in this last minute and 45, because if Rocha doesn't engage, he is going to lose. He knows that.
it's as simple as that. He
Yeah.
will lose. Yeah.
He's down. He's going to lose it. And Wiltse, the nice thing about that, though, is Wiltse isn't trying to run down the clock with one advantage. You can tell he's trying to engage, trying to be active, and he's really trying to enter the guard. And it's, for the viewer and for Wiltse, it's hard to see Rocha not engage that guard, but he knows now, he respects the guard. He knows if he engages in that reverse de la Hiva, then Wiltse's probably going to get underneath it. He almost
Yeah.
had that single there.
Absolutely.
So it's not like he wants to relax there either. It's not I really wish he would attack the head more. I think that would be much better than just staking the
Well,
ankles
especially
down.
because he had the success with the guillotine in his earlier match. It's like, why wouldn't you kind of go after that again, right?
Yeah, and it looked like he did a couple times, but like I was saying, Wiltse is doing a good job of controlling his wrist. So whenever he does reach for the head, he grabs the wrist, and so it's a little tough. But I think he's going to get a little desperate here in the last 45. We may see a little bit of a blitz from him. I hope, anyway. Hope we see a blitz from him. Nice. Now he's really engaged here. See, I wish they would have done this 5 minutes ago. Good wrist control. 30 seconds. Almost in a double under position, but the foot comes back in. Yeah, he's just too far away with the distance. And when he comes into the smash pass or the hope for the knee slide, that reverse to Hila by Wiltse is really strong. We have 10 seconds here.
Well, Wiltse is going to become the Pan NoGi champion here, but is that the result that he wanted? Is that the way that he would have wanted to win? I'm pretty sure no. You can see a little shrug there. You know, obviously very disappointed with the method of victory, but
He's still happy though. Look
I'm
at it.
sure he
He's
can still be happy with the fact that he gets the gold medal.
His first major title as a black belt really
Yeah.
stamps his name into the running, right? It's the first. I mean, of course, we all knew he was coming up.
Look at the support from the Daisy
love
Fresh
it.
guys. They come out in force to support their own. That is really cool. It's some
Great
replays from the
performance. This whole tournament, those guys did so well. It was great to see.
Yeah, you know, they've had a lot of media attention this year, of course, the videos and the series of documentaries that we produced about them.
Yes.
But, you know, whether that added pressure has helped them, you know, maybe they rose to the occasion somewhat.
I
because
think so. Yeah, and I think it's well deserved. I mean, they came out and, like, I watched a few matches of this tournament, and even if they didn't win, or even if it was a close fight and they didn't dominate, it was always exciting.
Yes.
It was always super fun to watch and very active.
Yeah, they go out there to fight hard and to entertain. All right, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back pretty soon with some more action here from the 2020 IBJJF Pan NoGi Championships.